welcome to the first booktube, I guess it is. If you follow me on Instagram, my name is Emma, though a lot of you know me as Tink on Tink's Reviews. I don't really know what I need to talk about at the moment. I've made a little list, so I'll get on with that in a minute. But yeah, if you can already tell, I am quite nervous, and I might edit that out if I can. I don't know how you edit stuff yet. It's all new to me. So a bit about myself. I'm 24. I am from Sheffield in South Yorkshire. I originally started with a book blog where I would review all my books, my hauls, anything bookish. That has been going on for 9 years. It will be this year, I believe. And it's funny when I look back on it because you can see when I started it and the reviews were really, really rubbish. And they were in bright font and it just looked horrendous. And then as the years have gone on, it looks more, I say more professional. I'm hoping that it looks more professional. Oh, also, if you do follow me on Instagram, you will notice by now that my hair has gone purple. I love it. I used to have my hair purple quite a few years back when I was in school. I've had my Instagram account, which I will link down below, so I'm guessing this is what people do. I will link it down below, as well as my blog. I've had the Instagram for about 11 months, probably nearly a year, which I started when I had a bad bout of health last year, quite bad, and I started that when I came out of hospital, and it helped not be so bored, I guess, and a bit lonely when I was off for a couple of months. So, on to books. That's me. If you have any questions, let me know and I will answer them. What I do is I tend to read books that are in season, or seasonal. So if it's winter, it will be winter romances or anything like that. Autumn is usually scary books, Halloweenish type of film, things, horrors, anything like that. Spring is usually anything goes really in spring and summer, but I usually tend to read more romances in summer as well. But I do read a lot of YA. I'd say YA and romance is probably my most read books. I'm hoping no one in the family comes in as I'm doing this, because I'll have to do it all over again, so fingers crossed. I was also going to wear my glasses, but if you can see, it's got a green film on it, so that's just how it goes. So yeah, I always tend to have a paperback and a ebook at the same time. So when I'm on the go, I'll read my ebook. When I'm at home or anywhere else, it will be paperback. So the books that I have got this month, that I am hoping to read this month and get finished, but I'm not forcing myself. I'll just see what I can get done, and what gets done gets done. If it doesn't, it can roll on to next month, so it doesn't matter. So these are my current books. Oh God, if I don't make them fall over. So at the moment, I am currently reading Circe, by Madeline, which I love at the moment. I really do love it. I love anything Greek mythology wise. I mean, I know it's Greek mythology, but I've got all the Percy Jacksons that I'm going through. I've got Norse mythology by, I did say mythology. It's my accent. I'm very, very northern. Norse mythology by, see, that's what I mean. I said Norse mythology. Norse mythology by Neil Gaiman. But yeah, I do love my Greek mythology and myths and everything like that. Anything regarding that I love. So I'm reading Circe at the moment. I'm quite far into it, so I've not got long left. I'm hoping that probably in the next couple of weeks it'll get done. But yeah, I'm really loving that. I don't think this will get done this month, but I am reading another 5 chapters of this with the lovely Jess from Make Me Shakespeare. I will leave links down to her blog and all her other bits and bobs, YouTube, Instagram, everything. She's really, really lovely. Go and watch her videos. She's the loveliest girl ever, and I'm so happy that I've met her. I'm really enjoying this at the moment, though I do think, and in agreeing with Jess as well, that it has been quite slow to get into. And we're quite far into it, so who knows what will happen, but it feels like it's slowly starting to pick up, so I'm enjoying that. So getting through A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. The next book that I will be reading, which hopefully I'll get into it this month, if not then it'll be the month after or whenever I finish Circe, is The Truth About Keeping Secrets by Savannah Brown, which I bought recently. I didn't buy it because of the spread pages, but it was one of the main points. But it did sound really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that. Sorry, when I go to get books, I do, like with The Court of Thorns and Roses, I do sometimes occasionally get the books that are really hyped at the moment, like on Instagram and stuff, or that have got really good reviews, but most of the time, also with said Circe, but most of the time I do like to go into a bookstore and spend quite a while in there to try and find books that I specifically feel like are good reads or I quite like to read, so that was one of them, and I'm really looking forward to that. Oh god, it's bloody hard work doing this. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a lot easier though than what I thought it would be, because I thought, oh, it's going to be so bad and I'm going to be really rubbish and really nervous. But I suppose you're not nervous in a way because you're talking about something that you really love and you have a passion for, so that makes more sense. Also, it helps because I've dyed my hair. Also, I don't know why when I talk, like my mouth moves to one side. I've noticed it. It just does it. It's always done it. I don't know why, but it does. Also, I'm not married. I'm not engaged. A lot of people ask me, but I'm not. The story is, I used to wear a I used to wear a ring on my middle finger, and then when I got this, it was to replace a ring that my nan gave me, but it wouldn't fit. So then I was going to put it on that one, but then it was clashing, and I didn't like it, so I put it on that ring and then finger, and then that one came off, and I've never moved it since. So it don't feel right. The books that I'm reading I'm reading a book called Fragments of the Lost. That's on my Kobo. That'll get done as I go along, I suppose. I've got other bits and bobs that I do need to read first. I've got quite a few arcs from NetGalley that I need to read. The one that I'm reading at the moment is... I will get my phone. I was going to guess it, but I might as well get it right and tell you. Hang on. Yeah. It's Tangle's Game by Stuart... Oh my god. See, this is where I need my glasses, people. Stuart Hotston? Yeah, Stuart Hotston. If I'm wrong on that, I apologise, but my screen is really, 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 really small. But I'm enjoying it. I'm not that far into it yet, and it's starting to, from bits and bobs that I've read online already, but I'm not going by that. I think it's heavily political, which I'm not massively into politics, but I get it to a degree. But so far it's good. It's like a futuristic political battle between this secret drive that's been given. So far as what I can tell, I'm not even halfway through it yet, but I've got until the month before the end of the month till it comes out, which I will do more about it when that time comes. I've got my little notebook. I've got my reviews to do. I recently read what did I recently read? Let me have a look. I recently read Everything Under by Daisy Johnson. Again, if you've seen me on Instagram, you'll know that when I first started reading it, I was going to DNF it at 50 pages. But as I got into it, I absolutely loved it, and I am so glad that I did not DNF it, because it was such an amazing read, and it was very, very clever on how it's written, and the words and everything that Daisy Johnson's used. It's got 3 different sections in, so I think it's the hut, the river, and the cottage. And I figured out halfway through that you could technically read each passage in their own thing, so you could read all of the river and all of the cottage and all of the hut, and it would all still flow and it would all still make sense. And there's a big twist at the end, and it was so good. She has got another book that I did not know, and I will be getting that at a later date, because at the moment I am on a book ban. So yes, I will do a big haul in another video at some point. Excuse me. I recently did the haul on Instagram through the stories, but I think that's gone now. So I will do more of an in-depth book haul on YouTube, and I'll upload it. Oh, that's another thing. I make cakes, which I will also link down below if anyone wants to have a nosy. That's it. Oh, I tell you what, a book that I am excited for coming out soon. I say soon, it comes out in September. I'm looking forward to Stephen King's The Institute. And that actually comes out on my birthday. How good's that? And I get my birthday off at work. I don't have to book it off, I get it off. So, my screen went blank then, but I didn't know if it was still recording. So, I don't know whether to try and get it on my birthday, or if I need to pre-order it. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be massive. I feel like it is, to a degree, because it is Stephen King. So yeah, I don't know what else I can talk to you about. I can show you my bookshelf if you really want to see my bookshelf. That's quite interesting if you can see it. Oh, got all the way down to the bottom, all the way to the top. So the top one usually has like you can see on my little Funkos as well. Sorry for the really rubbish camera. So the top 2 ones are like YA and fantasy. The middle one, the next middle 2 are romance, and then the one below that is part fantasy as well, I guess, because I can't fit any more on the top. And then it goes into like contemporary and stuff. And then after that, I've got a shelf at the bottom for all my CDs because I've got nowhere to put them. Biographies, old bullet journals. Oh, and then I've got a really, really small, thin bookshelf at the side of it, and that's got my horrors, psychological thrillers, Percy Jackson's, and other bits and bobs. But as I say, I am currently on a book ban. They're slowly starting to take over a little part in my bedroom, which I didn't want it to. So I'm on a book ban. That's me done now for books. I'm going to get through the ones that I've got at the moment. The next one that I am waiting for, as I say, is The Institute by Stephen King, which I am going to get in hardback, which I'm surprised because I don't really own that many books in hardback. Oh, that's another thing. I requested J.P. Delaney's new book, which is, oh my god, this is so bad that I don't know. I should know. I do know. The Perfect Wife, that's it. That's so bad. I requested The Perfect Wife, and I honest to God didn't think that I'd get it. And Mr. B was like, oh, well, you'll not know, you might get it, you never know, and stuff. And I thought, oh no, I'll not get it. So I got an email saying, oh yeah, well, we'd like to give you like your requests and everything, and like here's a copy of the book for an honest review. I was so excited. So I've got to read Believe Me before that comes out. I think The Perfect Wife comes out in August, so I've got to get through Believe Me first before I can review that, but I'm excited for it. I'm really excited. The Girl Before was easily one of my favourite books from last year, and I highly recommend it. Another book that I read recently was How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. that was a really good read. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be like, but it was a good read. I recommended it to my mum, and she quite enjoyed it as well. So yeah. Oh, back to my bookshelf. I have an entire shelf that is dedicated to my favourite romance authors. So my Jill Mansell collection is slowly starting, and then I've got Jenny Colgan, Miranda Dickinson, and Veronica Henry, who did the Forever House, and I read that last year or the year before, I think, and I loved that. It was so good. But that's it. I think that's it for me now. It's not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I'm not as shy. So I know a lot of people on Instagram said that once you get through your stories and once you do a bit more, that you'll get used to it, and I have got used to it, and I'm enjoying it. So I think I'll carry on doing these. I don't know what they'll be about, and I'm sorry that the lighting's not that great in here. I got one of them like vintage light bulbs for my bedroom, and then when it obviously gets to evening, it looks nice. But when you're trying to record stuff, it's not very good. I apologise in advance for my very, very broad Yorkshire accent. I don't realise how Yorkshire it is until I listen to stuff back of myself. I am now off to review the Everything Under by Daisy Johnson. I shall see you next time. So